All right, if we could silence our cell phones. Again, we have microphones to pass around to you. Please raise your hand and state your media affiliation prior to asking a question. We've got Ole Miss head coach Mike Bianco, accompanied by players Thomas Dillard and Cooper Johnson. We'll open it up with a statement from the head coach, and then we'll have questions for the players. Coach?
Just really proud of my guys. It's, as you guys have seen, it's been an incredible week for us. And, man, did they play well all week, and including today. And so, one of the challenges is to go through, this gauntlet of a tournament and get to this point and be able to really compete, in the championship. And they did. They gave it everything they could, everything they had, left it out on the field. And, I don't know how many people that we didn't use, but just about the whole roster today. And just proud. It's a really good team in the other dugout and a team that's playing really well. And so, it's unfortunate. It's always, I tell them all the time, losing stinks. But just really proud of the way not only they played this week, but, today as well.
All right, questions now for the players. We'll go in the front.
For either or both of you guys, today obviously stings, but how are you able to look at the tournament, coming to even playing this game starting from Tuesday?
Yeah, nobody really expected us to be here. We're kind of skidding at the end of the year. But it just shows the heart that our team has. We had to play 6 games in 6 days to get here. And to jump out on a great Vanderbilt team like that, I think shows a lot about our team. But 1 through 30 guys that came, I'm really proud of them. I think we fought as hard as we could, made it to the last pitch of the game. Just came up a little short, but really proud of our team this week.
Thomas, Rachel with WLBT. Not a win, of course, but like he said, you guys have played so well all week. What is it about Hoover in this time of the year for the Rebels to just get so hot? What is it about playing in this tournament that gives you guys so much success?
Right, Coach B always speaks on it, just, being in the present moment. The tournament style is a little bit different because you can't look ahead to, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. You can't think, what am I going to do on Sunday when I get back from, say, Knoxville or something like that. You have to win right now or you're going to leave. So that's one thing. We just stay at the present pitch. We keep fighting, and, it just I think it shows our character, how we just compete every pitch, and we always seem to make it pretty far here.
Cooper, what did you see from Austin today? It seemed like he really had the good stuff until it kind of fell apart there in the ninth. Or not fell apart.
A couple outings ago, he came in and he was kind of spraying it a little bit, and plan was to come in and fill it up. And he tunnels his fastball and his curveball so well together, and I think everything was just clicking. His fastball command was pretty good today, which made his curveball even better. And man, he was just confident. He was going after the hitters. He, not scared at all, and they couldn't pick it up, and he was really good.
Cooper, just kind of a similar question. What did you see from Will? I know he was on short rest and kind of gave you what he had.
Yeah, obviously pitched on Tuesday, right? So coming back from short rest and came in, and he was, arm looked pretty live, and his curveball looked pretty good, changeup was pretty good, and he made pitches, and it's a good offense. So I think he did everything he could, especially on short rest, and that was huge for us in a kind of a tight spot to get a couple solid innings out of him.
Thomas, with the way the regular season ended, then to come and make this run here, whether you're on the road or at home for the postseason, what kind of confidence did this team develop through this week in making this run?
Right, I think it definitely puts us in a good place. We beat some really good teams here, some national seeds. The SEC tournament's the best tournament in college baseball. And competing with a team like Vanderbilt all day just shows us what we can really do. I think we might have had some confidence issues, felt like things weren't going our way at the end of the year. But this week just shows us what we're really capable of. We're a really dangerous team. We got some young guys that stepped up this week, some people that don't play. and I think you got to give a lot of prop to Cooper over here. And to catch 6 games and get 3 hits today is amazing. I mean, 95 to 100 degrees out there, and he's staying out there competing every pitch. So really proud of how our team fought, and I think we're really dangerous down the stretch.
Keep here in the front.
Cooper, do you think there is a big difference in how you guys have played this week and how you played during the 6-game losing streak, or was this week about timely plays?
We talked about it in the pregame meeting. Coach B was talking about how at some point, something kind of switched, and I'm not sure, and I don't think anyone's really sure exactly when it flipped. But we just started to play differently, and when you start to play differently, then we start to believe, and when you start to believe, then anything can happen. You obviously see some, mid-majors team making these big runs in the postseason, and that's not because they're more talented than the other team. Maybe they are, but I'd put my money on that it's almost all belief. And at some point, we switched from that 6-game losing streak where we didn't really believe, and into this week where we started to believe, and we knew we were going to win. And it's a veteran club. It was coming all along. It was just a matter of when, and I think it's happening at the best possible time it can. So, I'm super proud of the way that we went out this week, and what's to come. We got a lot of baseball left.
What do you guys see from Raby there in that first inning to be able to jump on him so quick, put up those 6 runs?
Yeah, I think he's just kind of spraying it a little bit, which is kind of uncharacteristic of a great pitcher like him. And it was just coming out ready to play. We had a good scouting report for him and a good plan, and he's a great pitcher. I think 9-1 with like a 2.67 ERA this year. Just jumping on a pitcher like that early shows us what we can do. And I think our offense 1 through 9 is really dangerous. And like Cooper said, we just got to believe in ourselves and go out there and execute. You don't always need the home run or the big hit. You got to move the baseball, do what you need to do in the right times. And I think we did that today. Just came up a few pitches and swing short.
I think the biggest thing, and we've started to do it all week, but I think today was the most evident was, coming out and getting our absolute best swings off on a fastball. And in the scouting report, it said he threw over 70% fastballs. And when you're putting that good of swings on his fastball, that pitcher starts to get uncomfortable, and he has to start throwing different pitches. And I think that we just got our absolute best swings off, and we've done that all week, so got to continue to do that.
Thomas, after you guys go up 9-1 in the top of the third, knowing the team that you're playing, are you expecting that they're going to make a run at you?
I think that's baseball. I think a team like that you got to expect is going to jump at you some point. You just have to hold it off. We have a lot of confidence in our pitching staff. I think everybody fought as hard as they could today. I think, a lot goes on the hitters for not adding on to what we had and maybe getting complacent a little bit there. But, all in all, just really proud of how we played today. We came up a little bit short, but, this whole week, too, just shows us what we're really capable of and how dangerous we can be. So I'm really proud of these guys.
Any more questions for the players? Thank you, guys. You guys can step down. Thank you. Resume now. Questions for the head coach.
Cooper talked about that belief factor a good bit. Was there a point in this week over the last 10 days maybe that you kind of saw them starting to believe?
I think he said it exactly what I said in the pregame meeting, that I don't know when the exact point was, but somewhere during this week, I think you saw it. I think everybody saw it. We started playing different, acting different, and that's the belief that he was talking about. Certainly winning makes you feel better, but we've won before. But somewhere along the line here, we started playing better. You could sense a little different feeling in the dugout, and that's one of the things that I think when you talk about finding yourself and going to the SEC tournament and flipping a switch and all these different phrases that people use. It felt like it happened to us this week.
Coach, so how do you keep that belief alive after a loss like this entering?
It's a great question, and I don't know if it's something that you bottle up and put a lid on, but you hope that they realize, just because you have belief and just because you play hard and do a lot of things well, this game's very humbling, and you're not going to win them all, and I think at some point, maybe it's a few hours, maybe it's tomorrow, during the selection show, they'll realize that we did the best that we could. And I think that's all you can ask for. I mean, that's why I'm so proud of them. I mean, we didn't win, but I'm as proud of these guys. We've won it a couple times here, and I don't know if I've been more proud of the winners. These guys have played gutsy, like Thomas said about Coop, all of them. But Coop, for an example, where he catches every inning of every game for 6 straight days, and people forget that we've played the afternoon game every day. So he's played in the sun every day, and soaking wet, and still gets 3 hits off some really good pitchers today. So they played really hard, and I think they understand that.
Seemed like Miller really changed the course of that game when teams were scoring back and forth. Just what did you see from his outing there?
Say it again. Miller. I'm sorry. I thought really from Etheridge on, I thought Will was terrific and gave up 1 unearned run, and then Miller was able to put some zeros up. The curveball's good. You've seen it all year. It's a swing and miss pitch. He had a better command today, and we couldn't get him through that inning. It was one of the things. With Ryan, it's tough because once he's at third base now, we lose Keenan, and if we take him out, we lose Graham. If we put him into pitch, and at some point, became a tough decision. But he was terrific. I think he struck out 6 in a row before the 3 walks, and we're hoping for one more strikeout to get off the field.
Mike, Ray's doubled on the left field line that tied the game. From your vantage point, was there any thought about potentially challenging that? Did it look fair?
I couldn't see it. Where I was in the dugout, and a lot of those plays, a lot of times you look at the reaction of different people and stuff, but I couldn't see it. Was it foul?
When y'all were up 7-0, 9-1, what was the dugout like, and what was your message to the players during that time?
The message to the dugout when we were up 7-1? There was no message to the dugout at that point, but obviously feeling pretty good. I thought we like Thomas, I think, or Coop said, I thought great game plan going in by Coach Clement. I think they were ready. Yes, Patrick, Raby didn't pitch well today, but some of that I think falls on us. I thought we had some really good at bats early, put some pressure on them, and but unfortunately, it's a long day. It's 9 innings. You got to play for all 9.
Mike, how's Tyler? We saw he kind of came up injured on that slide a little bit. It looked like. Keenan.
Say it again now.
How's Keenan?
Keenan, I don't know. We'll have to see tomorrow. He had X-rays on the shoulder. He bruised his shoulder up, and we'll have to see tomorrow. But tough loss.
Mike, same question I had for Thomas. The way it ended in the regular season to come in here making this run, what could that mean, whether you're on the road or at home, as far as generating momentum here and taking?
Well, I think that's what it's all about. I mean, we've said it all week here, in these press conferences. That's what you hope for. You want to win this championship, and that's why you can see the disappointment, in their faces. But the good news is we do have next week, and hopefully, if we play like we've played this week, then we're going to be in a lot of shape wherever we're playing, or good shape wherever we're playing.
Mike, kind of piggybacking off that, a lot of discussion in the last 24 hours. Do you feel like you guys have done enough to host?
It's too late to do any politicking, I'm sure. But yes, I think it's tough decisions when you start to pick wherever, whatever bubble you're looking at, if it's teams, if it's hosts, if it's, national seeds. I mean, there's always, somebody that's going to feel that they should have gotten it that didn't. But I think when you look at, our resume, there's a lot of good things, that we've done this year. Unfortunately, we didn't finish the year well, and that's been said enough in this room, this week. But the truth is, this team's done a lot of really good things, and the way we've played here this week, I think, to me, it's always, you can use all the metrics, and I think a lot of the metrics work in our favor, but, I think the eye test, and when you talk about how good the team is and, the teams that are, that people consider good, we've played really well against those teams. And so, yes, the answer is yes. I think we have, but I don't get a vote.
One in back.
Mike, great crowds all week. Set the attendance record by more than 12,000 for the week. Great games. I think all but 3 decided by 1 or 2 runs.
Yeah.
We've seen great tournaments here consistently. Can this tournament get any better than what we saw this week?
I don't know. Sometimes, from a fan standpoint, all the close games, that's sometimes just luck of the draw, the way the games are played. But, want to thank all our fans, for showing up, all week, and especially today in the championship game. Man, they were tremendous and, loud and vocal. And we got, one of the best fan bases in the country, and they just continue to get, better and better. As far as a tournament, it's unbelievable. I mean, you guys know, and you've been to other tournaments, and you've been to regionals, and I mean, nobody does it better than the Southeastern Conference. From Herb Vincent, and Greg Sankey, and all the people that have their hands, from the grounds crew on. It's an amazing event, and I think all the coaches. I think I can speak for all the coaches that you're proud to be a part of it. When you walk into this thing. From the practice days to the everything that's involved in the tournament, so much is thought out, and you can't get any better than this. And Hoover just does a wonderful job of being a great host.
Anything else? Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.